I suppose tell us about the opportunity that you have here against Nicco Montano, going for the title, and finally having that opportunity in the flyweight division to get that chance.
For me, like every fight is fight. Doesn't matter it's for title or not title. I every time prepare me as best as I can, and for me it's like one more fight. And of course I'm very happy that this particular fight, it will be for the title, because I've been on my way for a long time for the UFC belt, and finally I am feeling like very happy because UFC created exactly the weight class where I can feel me very comfortable, because before we had opportunity to fight 135 and 115. It's like dying in cutting weight, or have like another opportunity to fight with someone bigger and like to manage a lot of work when you're fighting. And now in 125, in flyweight division, I feel like this is exactly where I have to be.
And how did you go about making that transition? Because you were fighting 135, so you maybe had to add muscle, what have you, to get up to that weight class. I mean, I don't know how much weight you were cutting, if at all, to be at 135. But now that you have 25, and that's where you started out your career, I mean, how did you come back down to that weight class?
For my fights in bantamweight, in 135, I never was cutting weight. So my walk weight is 135. And usually I was like every time this weight, and for the fight I was exactly same weight. That's why it was a little bit like difficult, not difficult, difference. It was different to fight with someone who was cutting from 155, 150 pounds, and then after the weigh-in gaining like almost the same weight. And of course it's very different when you fighting with someone bigger. It doesn't mean that I was like feeling me so bad. No, I was feeling me very good in bantamweight, very strong in bantamweight, the same good. But I want to say that in flyweight, I feel me much better, because fighting with the same size opponent, it's something that give you opportunity to show more skills from you.
Did it take longer than you wanted to get this fight put together? Because I've seen on social media that there was some back and forth between the both of you about getting the fight started for the title fight that you have.
Of course, I would like to happen it before, because I was ready to fight in June, in July, in August, now September. Of course, I wanted to make it happen before, but it's not every time things happen as you want, and doesn't matter now. I already I don't think about it now. I have only September 8 in my mind, one day, and I will be ready for this date. And I hope that Nicco, she will follow her word and will show up in the octagon, and we will fight, because how I say every time, before she will be inside of the octagon, I cannot believe that she will do it.
How are you enjoying Las Vegas? Seems like you're really making the most of your time here. I've seen some things on social media that you've gone out shooting. I know you enjoy doing that and doing some hiking. How's the city treating you?
I love Las Vegas, and one of the best things that UFC Center is here. UFC Performance Institute is a great place to train. It's you have everything. I have everything here. I have place for train. I have a place for physical therapy. I have cafeteria that I spend a lot of time in there. So this is great, and I love atmosphere of Las Vegas, and I love the nature. I very enjoy being on the lake and on the Colorado River, so it's a very nice place where we are spending time here.
Is this the first time that you've used the PI so extensively for a training camp? No, for a training camp we started here, but before we was on training camp of my sister for her contender fight. And first time when we came to UCPI, it was maybe last year, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in October or November, and we've been trained here for maybe 1 month, and then get back to Texas, and here we come before her fight of my sister, and we stay like all the time.
What are some of the main things that you've found out about how your body works from the work that you've done here at the Institute?
Pretty the same, because we have, especially me, I have the same type of work. I'm training with my coach, Pavel Fedotov, as every time, and he's doing the same type of work that we're doing like all over the places. That's why for me it's difficult to say what's the difference, because I know the difference. I know that this is like every time progress for me, and because Pavel, he's looking on what is like missing on my work and what I have to be better, and he is like doing exactly the same exercises, and like physically I feel the same. And now this time when I have to put a little bit more and more, like to put me in the fight condition. So I have from here like 2 weeks on hard work and then fight week. So for this time before the fight week, I will be on the top of my physical condition.
Your sister recently was on the Dana White Contender Series, got the contract. So what's going to be like for you having your sister fight alongside you in the UFC?
You know, for me it's everything, because we every time was fighting with my sister Antonina everywhere together. I mean, like in the same championships. Every time in our Muay Thai fights, we've been fighting on the same events. And when I was signed with UFC and she was signed with Lion Fight Promotion, of course it was a little bit different. I was preparing for my fights, she was preparing for her fights, and it was like all like different time. And now we will like go back in the same what we were doing like for whole our life, to fight in the same promotions, to the same promotion UFC. And I'm very excited, and of course it's made me very happy and feel me so good to know that we are first sisters in UFC history.
And on that note, do you know, like, training-wise, will you be still working together? Like, is she coming here also to the Performance Institute?
Oh yes, she's here. She's with me because we are traveling all together. Me, her, and our coach, we are traveling everywhere together. But now she went to our home country, to Kyrgyzstan, and she's spending some time with our family, our mom, our grandfather, my aunt, and she having great time. I think she's deserving it because she was training so hard for this contender fight, and she she get contract with UFC what she wanted, and now she's like putting her all energy together to make her UFC debut the same good that it was her fight in Contender Series.
You know, in your career, when you experience a tough defeat, and you're not used to that, how does that affect you? How do you move on? How do you process that in your own mind to become better?
You know, I'm training martial arts since 5 years old. Already 25 years. Yeah, I'm not the fighter who just started like few years ago. And you know, I feel me very blessed that I have my coach Pavel Fedotov with me, because he is not only coach who put you in good physical condition. No, he's also like looking for my mental condition for the fight. He's giving me the right motivation when and he knows me because I'm training with him already 25 years. So he knows me from 0 to 10, like very good, and it's enough for him just to see me, and he know what I think. So he know very good how to manipulate and how to put me in the right condition. And if I feel sometimes like something like not happy or something like some kind like this, he give me right motivation to continue. And you know, I can say that for me martial arts, it's not only my job. martial arts for me, it's my life. And it's my philosophy, it's my lifestyle, it's everything for me. That's why I don't have to have some kind of extra motivation, because being martial artist, for me, it's my own motivation. And my principle is, it's like to participate, it's not for me. Just like to fight for participation, it's not for me. I go into the fight to win the fight. If I fight, I have to win this. And this is my main goal. That's why I know if was something wrong, I have to be better every time. This is in my mindset. I just like feel me like this. I never will give up in nothing.
How do you see your fight playing out when you go, and what do you see as some of the keys of victories for you?
Just doing everything that I was training for all these years, so that I've been in martial arts, and keep doing the same. It doesn't matter what I have to do for the fight, what I have to use. It doesn't matter where I have to fight, in stand-up, in the ground, in the wrestling. I will do everything, because I feel me very comfortable in every like aspect of the fight. And you know, how I say, Pavel, he trained me every time, like he modeled different situation of the fight. It doesn't matter if I will have it or I like maybe not, but we will train it, because in case if I will get if I will receive it on the fight and I will face some like strange situation, I will know how to react. That's why this is it, to do the same what I have to do. It's like to win the fight.
Okay, and you mentioned until the fight happens, it sounded like you're concerned that she could still pull out. Is that in your mind, that there's a possibility that she might not show up for the fight?
You know, everything can happen. Knowing her, seeing her, how she was reacting, or how she was saying first when she said, "I'm ready for July 7." And she wanted to fight in International Week in July 7. But when UFC came back to her and said like, okay, let's do it July 28, she said, no, I need more time. So you never know when you deal with a person who said something like this and turn for another side and then like playing all around, you never know what can happen. And how I said, before I see her exactly in the octagon, I will not like believe that she will do like everything right.
You mentioned you've been training since you're like 5 years old. What was it about your upbringing to bring you on this career path? Because it's quite unusual to be a fighter as a man or a woman, but two sisters ending up.
Yeah. It's all because our family. And in our family, martial arts is like a tradition because of our mom. She is president of Kyrgyzstan Muay Thai Federation, and she is a taekwondist. She has third dan black belt, and she is who brought us, me and my sister, to martial arts. And my sister, she is training since 7 years old, the same like young age, and she just put us to the gym and said like, you girls, you will do it. And you know, in my life I never thought about like this kind of you will have this choice in your life and you will decide what you will do, something like this. It's not something that I upset, no, because at 5 years old, what you can think, you usually like, you don't think about nothing, you just do what parents say you to do. But when I grew up and I've been like maybe 11, 12 years old, I really understand that this is the life what I want to have, and I want to dedicate my life to the martial arts. And I was already start my training more like deeply and to understand what I'm doing. And now I so thankful to my mom that she brought me and my sister to martial arts.
Is she pretty surprised that you're fighting mixed martial arts?
No. She put us in martial arts, and I think she wanted the best way, the best career that we can have. And she knows that, like Pavel, he will give us good success in our career. That's why she like put us in his school, and I think she's happy. She's not surprised because she's very tough. She's anyway. Anytime she's saying like, if I doing something wrong, she said, "What are you doing? Like, do it this way." She's very tough.
What kind of advice is she giving you for this this upcoming fight?
You know, it's interesting because she's coach, and she has her own students who are like Asian champion in Muay Thai, and like a medalist of Muay Thai World Championships, and she coached them. But when we speak about me and my sister, she preferred to give advices that our coach Pavel, he give us advices, and she's only like, okay, like motivation, like not with technical advices, but in general, like, go girls, I'm with you, something like this, because she knows that Pavel know everything, and she she trusts him very much, and that's why she knows that her like personal motivation, it will be enough for us.
Nice.
You've had a ton of experience when it comes to fighting as compared to Nicco. When you look at the amount of fights that you've had compared to what she's had, do you think that that's one of your strengths in fighting someone like her, that you've had that much experience?
You know, it's every time in all my fight, my experience, it's helped me. And of course, I was dealing with all kind of opponents, and all style of opponents, bigger, smaller, faster, like everything that I can, everyone that I can fight, I fought. And of course, it's one of the things of my strengths, but there are other things. It's all my technique, experience, and strength. It's like all combining together, and it's everything will work together for the fight.
I guess just the last one for me. I know you don't want to think too far ahead, but should you win and get the belt, are you happy to go along the lines of like Demetrius Johnson and defend that belt 20 times so nobody will ever get it? Or do you want to go the route that everybody else seems to try to do now and be a champ and possibly go back and fight at a bantamweight afterwards?
You know, it's every like situation that you said now, it will work for me. I was in my Muay Thai career for 10 years undefeated. So I've been every year like winning my world championship, and no one in my weight class, 60 kilograms, could not like take the gold from me. And of course, it will be the same goal for me to do it in UFC.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.